Messy gang, welcome back to the Messy Studios. How you doing? How you doing? You looking good. You're watching my video, so I like you, you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the studios. Today's video is kind of like lighthearted, a little bit serious, a little bit lighthearted, a little bit serious. We're gonna be talking about university, my university experience. I'm gonna give you some little bit of advice because yeah, we're struggling, right? This online school is killing us. But I want to talk about a few things here and there that you should know. If I look at my phone, I ain't being antisocial. I just got some notes because your girl can talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. I love to talk, guys. I love to talk. So let me look at my notes. Let's begin. What do I study? Did I want to study what I'm studying? I study law. To be more specific, international and European law. I'm sorry, if you study medicine, if you study engineering, if you study law, if you study whatever, it's in your bio. Like, it's literally in everyone's bio. Like, your Instagram bio is your name, lawyer, law student, law school. Babes, being in law school is not a personality trait, okay? Shade, no shade. Anyway, so as I said, I study international and European law. I am on my third year. Yes, I made it through till now, and just by the grace of God. Yes, I'm sticking in tongues because, baby, if it wasn't for God, I really don't know where I would be, right? I'm sure you're wondering if it's something that I wanted to do myself. Did I always want to do this? No, my parents pressured me into studying law. You know, in a black household, if you're not lawyer, if you're not engineer, if you're not doctor, if you're not anything that makes 100K a visit, you're not worth it, okay? No, I'm kidding. I'm totally playing, yo. I really have passion for law. It just intrigues me. It tickles my fancy. I had this picture, I remember it so vividly in my head, of me graduating kindergarten, and I had it on my badge, and it was like, when I grow up, I want to be a judge. No, I already knew I was a boss big from childhood. I already knew that I was going to be a judge. That's what I wanted to do. Obviously, as I grew up, as I continued to understand what law and being a judge actually means, I started curating my low fantasy, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't want to be a judge, maybe I want to be a lawyer, maybe I don't want to be a lawyer, blah blah. Going back to what I said in a jokingly manner is kind of true. In a lot of, you know, black households, or even just any household, I feel like sometimes, you know, us students, your parents kind of, you know, try and make you take a really educational route, something very theoretical, you know, doing law, doing medicine, doing engineering, doing pilots, doing whatever. My advice for people who are going into uni or are on their way there is don't be scared to learn as you go, if that makes sense. Some people, honestly, they start doing a course that they don't really enjoy and end up changing it halfway. It's not wrong to really go into it and be like, wait, this is not for me. But what I'm gonna say is, don't do that when you're on your third year, when you're almost finishing. It doesn't make sense. You might as well just finish this course and then do a master's in something that's maybe a little bit more in your area, or even start again from afresh and do the other one that you want. When it comes to choosing what it is that you actually want to do in uni, choose it according to what you've studied in high school. What subjects did you do in high school? What subjects did you enjoy in high school? And then do your little research. Okay, so where or which course entails this and this subject? And then you go from there. But also when you reach to that point where you're in your first year and you're doing it and you're like, wait a minute. No, they sold it to me. Like when you see the burger on McDonald's and it looks all good, and then you get there and like the burger's all flat and whatever. Girl, it's okay to go back and be like, yo, I don't want this burger no more because it ain't what I signed up for. Don't be scared to do that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is when you finally get into university, it is very independent. You don't have anybody holding your hand. You don't have anybody checking up on you. You don't have anybody telling you, do this, do that, hand in, don't hand in. When it comes to skipping classes and not attending classes, that's totally fine. You know, sometimes you have to skip, sometimes it's just not your day, you just don't really feel like being there. However, I would very highly recommend that when you do skip a class, please try and catch up with it as soon as possible. You don't want to be on your 7th week. You know, usually you have 7 lectures. You don't want to be on your 7th week catching up on 3 lectures. You're meant to be recapping and revising your work that you've done on the 7th week. I am not the best person at this. I had to work my ass off to really be disciplined and really be on that ball. So I would really advise you guys to please, if you're going into university, just catch up with your work as much as you can. Don't do it 1 week before your test, because that amount of content that you learn within your classes is just completely crazy to like try and cram on the last day. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Please don't do it. And then I want to talk about failing. My lace. My lace. Listen, failing in university is real, but it shouldn't be something that really brings you down. If you fail a subject in university, it will, first of all, it will punch you out of nowhere, because you wouldn't even think you're about to fail that test. Like, if you fail, do not beat yourself up for it, because that's something I did when I was still in my first years. Every time I failed, I would just feel like, I'm not good enough, I'm not a good student, etc, etc. No, don't be scared to fail. There's second chances, resits for a reason. Universities know that you might not always get it in the first go, so they give you the chance to redo it. If you don't get it the first year, you do it again the next year. However, try and not do it the next year. It's irritating. It's really irritating. Try and get all your subjects on the same year, because at the end of the day, you're gonna have a snowball effect where you have to keep on catching up with the second year courses or first year courses in your second year or in your third year. One thing I do find really hard though is, for example, us right now, we're doing online schooling, and oh my god, online schooling is hard, it's difficult. Whoever is watching this video, whether you're doing online schooling on high school level, whether you're doing online schooling on a university level, it's very, very hard to stay motivated when you're at home. Studying from home is a thing that is very hard. We like to be surrounded by other university students. It's really hard, and it's taken away a lot of opportunities for a lot of people, you know, such as doing internships. I just find it really crazy that you have to find an internship, or now you're finished and you have to find a job, and it's like your interns are asking you, so where is your experience? And you're like, you guys are my experience, like you guys are about to be my first experience. So it's kind of hard right now, you know, in that category, but just stay positive and try and motivate yourself as much as possible. Try and just move away from where you're always chilling. Do your work at a place where you're a bit more in that mental of, okay, I'm about to do this. Tips for studying for university: if you have readings that you have to do before your lessons, or just in general, I would advise you to actually do those readings. I would advise you to actually buy books if you're going to use them. University books are so expensive. Like, why am I paying rent for books? Paper, yeah, but it's really, really expensive. So if you're going to buy a book, please read it. Read it. Otherwise you spend money for no damn reason. But when it comes to studying, if you're a person who doesn't really know how to concentrate, what I would advise is for you to go on YouTube and search "study with me," and you have like 2 hours, 7 hours, whatever, of studying video of a person sitting there studying, and maybe it will give you that virtual study experience where you feel like you're studying with someone. And you also have videos where they do the Pomodoro effect. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but it's the one where you study for 25 minutes and a 5-minute break, 25 minutes, 5-minute break for 2 hours, and then you take your break and then you do it again. That really, really helps, because it gives you that like ability to concentrate in that 25 minutes and then 5 minutes of rest. So that's what I've been doing, that's what I've been using, and it really, really helps me with actually concentration and actually studying. When it comes to your notes and how to remember information, make sure that you understand your course or your subject as a story. That's how I like to do it. I see it as a story. I talk to myself. I talk to myself right now, even on the camera, but I talk to myself a lot when I'm studying. Talking out loud, reading it, making it like a story, making it like a conversation, you can just understand it way, way better. Do use the utilities given to you by the school. There's so much stuff given to you in school libraries, so many materials that are there to help you as a student. Use them to their full capacity, okay? That's what they're there for. That's what you pay your school money for. It's really, really incredibly useful. Also, I want to talk about the first year students. So if you're a first year student in university, don't take anything too seriously. Have fun in the first year, because it gets harder from there. Have fun, but also make sure that you're still doing the work, because it's really easy to slip off and be like detracked and everything and off the rail. No, don't do that. Try and stay on your work, but also enjoy your time in university in your first year, but also second year and third year. Enjoy what you're doing, and make sure that you're still getting that human experience, not just robot, I'm doing all the work. No, enjoy the environment, enjoy your friends, take part in school activities, in extracurricular activities such as joining your groups, different organizations that you're interested in, etc, etc, because it helps you like understand your school community. It makes you be proud of the school that you go to, and kind of gives you that attachment and that positive feeling to school, and it's not just school all the time. No, make it fun, make it easy, work smart and not hard. That's something I always say. That's something I would say to you right now. Work smart and not hard. Right, so I hope that this video was informative. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please, please, please let me know down below, what year of uni are you in? Have you already finished? What did you study? What was your experience like? Let us all know. What other advice tips do you have? What can I use from you as a law student? So please don't be shy. Comment, talk to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you, so talk to me. Oh shit. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed that video, and I will see you on my next one.